Evening, everybody. 9 o'clock on a Wednesday, a winter day. We're halfway there, hump day, the tradies call it. We're here till 10:30, and you're looking great tonight. Benny Mack, fact checker. How are you?
Oh, bloody good. I've actually got my, one of those. Have you ever seen those kinds of combs, dude?
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I like to think of my hair as more than hair. I like to think of it as the mane. So I use these horse care products. I've also got mane and tail shampoo that I use. And I tell you, it just keeps you sort of like trotting around nicely, you know?
You're looking fantastic. Proud as a pony. Look at you. I'll put money on you.
And you can even use it to get off like fluff. Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
One of
This is
those
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so tonight...
So, what happened to your co-host?
Our co-host can't make it. She's got an advertising or website or digital media, I don't know what it is, and she's got to get an ad. Sorry, she's got to get a pitch together for something tomorrow, so she's out for tonight. But I think Luke Dallow's coming in to have a little bit of a chat. But if you have just joined us, welcome along, everybody. Selena, Michelle Hall's with us. Nice to have you along. Let's just quickly check out who was on tonight's show. Another great lineup. We've got Bomber, Martyn Bradbury. Bomber there from the Channel Z days.
There he is.
Answer some questions about
that
politics.
Hat's quite iconic. I think he could go into his wardrobe, find his hat, because, I mean, come on. There's nothing better than a good cheese car.
Yeah, that's right. It looks great on him. And then also we've got Mattiuzzi, and he's from New Zealand Sales Training, because people are pivoting to try and, get jobs, and sales is your kind of go-to. And if you're looking for a job, he can help you out. So he's on the show tonight.
I'm looking for an opportunity, and it looks like we're going to come across multiple opportunities on the night show. I'm going to do it. You're going to do it. We're going to win together. I'm hyped.
Fantastic. You're hyped. I'm hyped. Let's get to
Freaking Wednesday.
Martyn Bomber Bradbury, how are you?
Where is Jesus? It's in the bunker days. It really is here. Where's Dallow?
Dallow hasn't arrived yet. He said he was going to, but then he was like, I don't know. I want to bring Dallow in because apparently Leo Malloy is opening up headquarters. He's doing what the retirement units are doing and going, fuck it, let's just open. But Luke, who knows Leo, possibly get him on the phone and do an interview, is going to kind of join that story for us. But anyways, and here we are. So he hasn't arrived yet. And Sophia's away today. So here we are. Hey, Bob, welcome to the show. Mate, I've got to ask, Three Waters. The whole world says Labour's getting Three Waters wrong. The councils and mayors won't have a bar of it. New Zealand public and Mike Hosking throwing stones and laughing. Government soldiering on with it. But if anyone, there's a lot of people out there who don't know what the fuck Three Waters is all about. Can you explain it, please?
Yeah, okay. So just in a nutshell, we've got real problems with our water in terms of the purity, the amount of pollutants we pump into it. It's farming, it's dairy, a lot of it's dairy, it's agriculture, it's industry, and the cities aren't particularly clean either. So we've got our water system across the country. In some areas it's really good, in a lot of areas it's really shit. And if we want to clean up our waterways and have clean drinking water, which I kind of think we all do, which, but everyone keeps kicking this problem down the line, right? Every government that comes in, every local council that comes in, we'll just push it down. There are billions of dollars of upgrades that need to happen. No one ever does it. So the government went, you know what, here's what we're going to do. The government's going to step in, and it's going to take all of the water resources of all of the councils and put it under one national unit and say, okay, now the government is going to be running these, and we're going to ensure and push for safe water, cleaner water, and better water management. And so the idea of it is actually bringing together all of these very, very, very crappy local councils that don't have much in terms of knowledge of how to run these things and get their wastewater and their sewage water all up to to the standards that they need. A lot of the infrastructure hasn't been upgraded in bloody centuries, right? So they're looking at a lot of this stuff. The government stepped in and said, "Screw it, we're gonna step in and do it ourselves." The councils, of course, are losing their shit because they're saying, "Whoa! This is our water asset. You're just coming in and taking it. What the hell?" And the government's going, "Yeah, watch us do it." That's exactly what.
So the government is the problem and the answer.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, if we've got real problems around this country with fresh water, we've got real problems with freshwater maintenance, sewer water, all of the things. We know this, right? Christ, how many times a year can you not swim in Auckland?
Oh, yeah.
Because of things, have run over. So the state wants to step in and take all of the assets and run it themselves. And if the local councils are going to do their nana and they're going to scream, "You're stealing our water," blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, you and me just want to have better quality drinking water and fresh water for us.
Marie here on the messages, she's saying the theft of our water by central government, our councils do a damn good job for our water supply. Are our councils outside of Auckland, are they doing a great job?
No, I mean, if you look at the numbers, I think there's about 67 of these and 43 of them are failing badly. Look, some do well. Auckland does. We're gonna be shitty about it. We're losing our asset. But the idea that we actually need to have the government step in and run fresh water around this country is actually legitimate. There's a real bloody problem here. And if people are going to jump up and down, "It's stealing my water." No, it's not, you clown. It's putting it under a regulatory body who's actually going to be able to do something to keep it bloody clean. People have gotten themselves, "Oh, it's all about the Maoris. It's all about the..." Here's where the Māori issue comes into it. Let me explain it really, really quickly for you, right? Māori effectively in this country said, "We will not take claim to water because it's a public good that's for everybody." So
yes.
The state sort of stepped in and said, under the Public Works Act, this is all ours, right? And so it's free to everybody, and that wasn't a problem. Then John Key came along and he sold the hydro power asset, right? Yes. Suddenly you could make money out of water. And Māori went, whoa. The deal was we gave you the water and everyone got it for free. Now you're making money out of the water, and what are we? Chopped liver? Where's our slice?
Yeah,
because it was theirs, right? In terms of the ownership. So having Māori step in and being able to act as co-guardians to this water and looking after it, I'm all for it. Look, we've got climate change coming. We're going to have real problems with bloody clear water supply. Having it run by the government to make sure that it's good, I don't see what the bloody nonsense and all the yapping and everyone.
What happens if Māori change their mind and say, "Okay, we want to be in the water game now. So whatever we said before, you've changed stuff. We're changing it now. We're out."
Oh, God, let's hope. Let's bloody hope that Māori actually demand that and say, "Screw this. Where's our slice? Thanks." But I don't think they're going to do that at all. I think they're always very, very, very obliging, and they'll get some type of resource or some amount which will be for the continuing work along rivers and planting the right kind of, that
gotcha.
sort of. But yeah, I think it's a good thing and we should embrace it.
Okay, are we checking in with our fat guy now, Benny Mack, and bring him in? Benny Mack looking great. What are your thoughts?
Totally checks out. Yep. I mean, I've heard about all this before. I've even seen the movie. Erin Brockovich, she saved the whole town. And as far as Bomber says about local councils mismanaging the infrastructure,
yep.
I know firsthand. My grandfather was actually responsible for running the separation plants, the solids separation unit out at Puketu Island there, out at South Island. And at one point they actually had a backup a blockage on the system, and it let out a blast in a 3-mile radius.
Holy moly, not great. Thank you very much.
It was a plume of atomized shit.
A poo plume. Thank you, mate. Oh, there you go. Benny Mack, fact checker, following the program. Still to come, everybody. If you're pivoting into sales, have we got an interview for you? That's coming up around 20 to 10 tonight. Back with Martyn Bomber Bradbury. How do you think the government are doing this week? Now that you explained three waters to me, and my popularist view will be, looks like we're going to get the water cleaned up. That's great. How do you think they're tracking this week? They've been getting a lot of shit left, right, and centre.
Oh, everyone hates them. Everyone hates them, and everyone hates them from a completely different, emotionally manipulative position. Like, when they came out with the 90% double vax rate and said, okay, we've got to get to that level and then we can get some semblance of life back. It's like everyone became radicalized in New Zealand. Like, the people who are unvaccinated, right? You imagine being an unvaccinated person right now. In the sub-genres of that group, there are going to be those who believe that Jesus is my vaccine and that, you know, that Jesus is here to look after me, and that the vaccine is the beast, the number of the beast, and they're going to radicalize. Then you've got QAnon lunatics who seem to think that the passport vaccines are akin to Nazism. I mean, how many times have you had someone on your Facebook, oh, this is like Nazi, this is like Nazi? You're going, mate, this has got nothing to do with Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
This is just basic health stuff to protect us from a pandemic. Then you've got the people who have been double vaxxed, and they're saying, hey, why can't I get my life back? Why can't I get out there and do all of the things? I've done my sacrifice. I've done everything I've been asked, and yet I'm still having to wait because people like Liz Gunn doesn't want to have the vaccine. And then you've got people on the Māori Party who said that this is genocide. It's effectively the Squid Games out there. That Māori are being butchered, and you're just everyone is radicalized. And all I'm hoping is that the security services are extra protecting Jacinda and Clark right now, because it just would take one nutter. And this is, I think, part of the...
Why won't Jacinda come to Auckland and walk through the debris and the barbed wire, the smoke and the choking and the misery? Toilet paper.
What would happen if someone did something stupid? I mean, just imagine for 30 seconds and I think that's where people have gotten so frustrated out of being under house arrest, de facto house arrest for the last 3 months, and so stressed out that we're turning on each other over the smallest thing. And it's a moment, I think, in time that we just need to endure and just hold our nerve, because people are losing their shit.
But you make a good point, and I hear where you're going with this. Imagine for 1 second, God forbid, let me just say that right now, that she was doing a walkabout and there was somebody mentally ill who was geared on, who hadn't traded the gun back in for the whatnot, the buyback. That would just set the country on fire, wouldn't it? That would be...
It would, and this is, and I'm serious about this being a threat manufacture multiplier right now. You've got so many different elements of New Zealand society angry with Jacinda. People who have done the right thing, who are angry with her because they still have to stay in lockdown. Small businesses that are losing everything they've ever worked for in their lives. They're incredibly angry. The anti-vax crew, they're incredibly angry. The people who think that Jesus will look after them, they're incredibly angry. So many people are focused and angry and desperate that someone could do something silly, and it would be a moment that would
keep her out of Auckland. Though we can't afford for that to happen. Keep her out of Auckland.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I get it now. Hey, just quickly back on the water, I want to address this message from Marie. Evening, Marie. The councils provide our water, but the government wants to privatise our water supply, ultimately contract it to large corporations, just like Venezuela, who sold their water rights to Nestles, who immediately increased the price and drove the Venezuela, blah, blah, blah. We can see where this message is going.
No, and look, and absolutely, let's be clear, absolutely, amen. We never, ever want to privatise our water. Never, ever. But never, ever. But that's not what this is doing. What the Venezuelan model was completely different. And it was absolutely screwed over, and it did lead to those problems. But that's not what they're looking to do here in New Zealand. And I would guess in terms of the upgrades, what they'll be looking to do is the ACC fund and the super fund will be used to do the upgrades of the new public venture moving forward. It's not going to be private money.
Hey, Bomber, what's happening with this Māori hikoi, and why is Hori Harawira throwing stones at these 2,000 Māori who want to cross the boundary and go where? Are they going to Wellington? I don't know where they're going.
Yeah, they're trying to go up to Waitangi because they want to get there because there's a new movement that's kind of using Māori spirituality, Pākehā spirituality, and it's kind of welding together in this weird movement of these people who see the Independence Day declaration by the chiefs as a unique moment of self-sovereignty and that they are free people and they will not take the vaccine because the vaccine is coming into their body and it will change their DNA and they will no longer be, and I quote, pure bloods. Now, and it all sounds a little cultish. That's because I'm a little cultish. And Hone Harawira said, hey, if you've got a problem with the government and you're angry with the government about vaccines and anti-vaccine, go march to Wellington. That's what he said. But we don't want you coming here because you could bring in the virus and then it would just spread all over Northland. So he has been very clear, don't come here. And again, it's just that. It's that reminder that being locked down has had a terrible psychological impact for some people. Some people just get their news from Facebook, and that's just the path to madness. And
I've seen some lawyer who is quite a really good speaker who's involved with that hikoi, and she's doing live updates from the road.
Of course,
she speaks very well, and she said she's got a court injunction to say this and that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm following the progress. Do you know the latest? Is a hikoi going on, or is a hikoi not happening?
Oh, they've been stopped. They're not going anywhere.
Oh, they're going anywhere. Okay. Hey, I want to welcome to the program, Luke Dallow. Luke, what's going on here? Well, look at this guy.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, going.
Hey, who's sponsoring your clothes? First Scene?
Nah, I tell you, this little place in Who. They give me my shirts. No.
It's looking good. You're looking good, mate. You're looking fresh.
Yeah, tourist there. Yeah, tourist. Notice that, Martyn?
Yeah, no, absolutely gorgeous. Look at you. Look at you.
I'm going from Mayoralty, see? I'm going from Mayoralty to give that little fella Leo Malloy a bit of a run for its money.
Anyway, bounced back from last week.
Hey, I just want a quick question for you there, Bomber.
Cool.
Should a good leader bring the country together?
Say that again.
Should a good leader bring the country together?
It absolutely should. A good leader should bring the country together. Yes.
Now, tell me, why isn't that happening?
Well, it has happened because all of the 80% who are vaccinated want to beat the bejesus out of those who aren't. So, kind of, she has brought everyone together to beat up on the unvaccinated.
But it's about a good leader being that 15%, bringing the at least 50% of the 15% together, right? As those undecided.
I think that you have got all of these people who have been double vaxxed in New Zealand right now, in Auckland and the South Island and anywhere near, and they've been saying, "Hey, I've got double vaxxed. I've done everything they've been asked. I'm trying to move forward with my life. These people over here are unvaxxed, holding that up. I can't move on with my life because of them." And they're looking into the Prime Minister as what are you going to do? Are you going to push these people? And so that's where you've seen the mandatory vaccination for certain jobs come in and the passports, vaccine passports, because she's trying to, I think, as leader, make that large chunk of New Zealand who are now double vaxxed, 70%, she's trying to appease them to some degree, isn't she? Because they're saying, why can't I get my life back yet? Oh, because these people won't vaccinate. So that's why I think she's coming a bit heavy-handed this week.
Bomber, do you think that if we were to get the job done, we wouldn't pay beneficiaries, unvaccinated beneficiaries, or is that too heavy-handed?
I just look. So I think about 10% of the population aren't going to get vaccinated. They will really kick up a fuss. And do I wish they got vaccinated? Yes, I absolutely do. But you can't force people. You can't hold them down and jab a needle in their arm. You have the intrinsic right as an individual to refuse medicine, no matter the reason, right? You don't want to be injected with something, you don't have to be. You can't be forced to. You can't be compelled to. But I think that...
Can we change the law on that, or would that be a step too far?
If we wanted, but sure, we could absolutely, if you want to. But who would want to support a state that's going to hold down another human being and force an injection into them? That's not a state to defend. That's the kind of state you go to war against, right? Because human rights matter. So, but this 10% who have been cut off, I don't think that we should make them any... I don't think that we should freak them out any more than they are currently freaked out. They are New Zealanders. You can't just amputate 10% of your population and go, bugger you guys, not our problem anymore. Because that is a recipe for a tumour that will metastasize and go through society. If people feel so hurt and misjudged and attacked, if they feel like they've got a righteous reason to push back, Jesus, these are the sorts of things that start insurrections and pogroms, right? So you don't want to go down that path. You don't want to scare people who are already freaked out. So stopping beneficiaries from getting their benefit, that's a bad idea. Stopping them from going to supermarkets so they can buy food to eat,
bad idea.
You've got to let them have that, right?
Yeah. That's also. Hey, Bomber, I've got another question for you, because I was talking to a barrister last week, and it was quite interesting having a chat to him. And he was just saying straight away he can't see his clients in the Mount Eden prison. And he said COVID is rife throughout Mount Eden prison. I'm just wondering, is that a community case, do you think? Or is that like a hidden community case?
I think it depends. If he's talking about Mount Eden, the
remand.
Yeah, they might have some problems, but I think they've been keeping it out of the prisons as much as they can, because the worst case scenario for the prisons is that they just have to during a full-blown pandemic happening outside as well as inside, their plans are just to lock the doors and, open them in a couple of weeks and see who's still left standing, sort of thing. So I don't think it's through our prison populations at the moment, but it's very problematic for the lawyers being able to see their own clients and making sure justice kicks off there. But this is the kind of problem you get with a pandemic, right? They impact almost every facet of life, not just economic.
Marie Nancaro says mandatory means an individual enters an agreement with the government. It's not compulsory. You don't have to take the jab. The government is not enforcing the jab, rather encouraging employers to demand their employees get the jab. If the employee gets fired for declining the offer of the demand, the employee has the right to sue through the employment courts. Another message here. How far will the no jab, no job get? What do you reckon, Bombs?
No, well, I mean, for some, for some employers, that's a necessity now. If you're a teacher, if you're a nurse, if you're a frontline staff member, I mean, these are issues that are ongoing, and the business community are picking up. It's going to get to that point, I think. I don't think that some businesses, if you're going to want to operate, you're going to want to operate as safely as possible, and the safest way to do that is for everyone to be double vaccinated.
Is it true? Is it true, Luke? Is your staff all double vaccinated, or how are you rolling on that?
Yeah, I asked all my staff quite bluntly. I said, "Are you guys all double vaccinated?" They said, "Yes, we are." And mate, I take them for face value. Yes, they are, and I'm going to go. We're double vaccinated staff. In my employment contract, my employment application form, I'm going to put in there: are you double vaxxed? Yes or no?
Okay.
And if no, I'm sorry, you're not getting a job.
Okay. Hey, yeah, the latest news is that what's his name, Leo Malloy, is opening. He's going to take that whole retirement village model and just open his doors. What's the latest with that? Do you know anything?
Well, I'm sorry, little Leo, mate. He's just. I mean, I got a phone call. Where do I start? Sunday. there's a double page spread of him being the mayor of bloody Auckland and mentioned my name. And I can only think it was because it mentioned my name in the paper. He comes up, he goes, WC Luke Dallow, meaning toilet Luke Dallow. And I'm going, pardon? And he had a go at me. He had a good go at me. Like, said, I don't want to talk to you anymore, Luke, and X, Y, Z. Poor old Leo, mate. He's trying to get publicity, obviously, because he wants to be the mayor.
Right, okay.
It's the old story. If you want to be the mayor, if you get your name in lights all the time, you're going to vote for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, you got to put your head above the hedge, and unfortunately, his head's below the hedge.
Okay, so he's saying December 1st, he's proclaiming someone's got to lead, and he set his own Freedom Day. So you were just saying this is a publicity. This is him running for mayor. This is him kicking off his campaign.
It's a Leo Malloy publicity stunt.
Right, okay.
He's getting media attention. Good on him for trying to do that. Well done if he does it. Look, you're going to get shut down pretty quickly if we're not there. But it's a publicity stunt. He's trying to get a bit of traction in the media.
Is now the time for a publicity stunt? Sheesh.
Well, you got to pick your timing, and I do it pretty well, and I just pick my timing. You don't want to be going back and forth, but you just want to go one punch, and you get there. I do it pretty well, but Leo, he follows my lead, but misses out.
Rhea Freakout, support for the uneducated, uninspired, underworked, undealing with, unnecessarily being an untold, undervaxxed percentage. Thank you very much, Selena Spain. Yeah, sorry. Bob, what were you saying?
I think that Leo is channeling a legitimate frustration by many businesses in lockdown right now, who are saying, "Hey, if you've got 70% of the population already double vaxxed, well, that's an audience and that's a group of people who we can do business with right now. You get us these passports, these vaccination passports rolled out, we can start serving and getting back to some type of cash flow, meaningful cash flow, before Christmas." And I think that Leo, for all of the warts and all and the absolute legitimate criticisms you're going to have of them, and I read that piece and I didn't understand why he was having a go at my man Luke here. But I think that he will channel that frustration, and a lot of other businesses are looking at that, and they're saying, "Yeah, why can't we get back to opening up and having more people in our shops? Why can't we start working towards seeing that, particularly if you've got such a large percentage who are vaccinated?" We're not seeing the exponential growth that we thought, let's be honest, over the last couple of days.
No.
It's now smacking up hard against the 70% vaccinated population. The virus doesn't have as many places to go. And so as that safety pool gets wider and wider and wider, businesses will be going, "Explain to me again why I can't open today." And every day that goes past that's hurting them is a day that people are getting angrier and angrier and angrier. So I think Leo is picking a wave here that's going to happen.
Yeah, but I think, Bomber, if talking about Leo here, if I did that stunt, I would be doing my stats between 18 to 65. And if 18 to 65, you'd probably find it'll be probably close to 90%.
Vaccinated or wanting to go to a bar?
Vaccinated.
Right.
Because he's taking the 70% as part of the 12 and plus, right?
Well, that's the current number. That's the current number. By December, it will probably be closer to 85.
Correct. But
Plus, he's got
stats, because you can read stats a different way, right? And my stat for hospitality is 18 plus we can drink, and I reckon that'd be much higher. That'd be close to 90%.
So what's he got to do to push this through? Does he break the law? Can he legally do this? Does he have to have a talk to Jacinda? Is he going to get Chloe on board? Does David Seymour hold any strings here?
He's a betting man. He's a betting man. So the 29th of, I think it's 29th of November, I think it might be. He's a betting man that we're going to open up. So he's going to be fine. So he's a betting man. He's getting a bit of publicity beforehand. He's rah, 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 rah. Bro, we're going to open up on the 1st of December. He knows probably
roundabout, we're going to be right. Okay.
Going to open up anyway. So he's got to get his name in the paper. Rah, whatever. Boring.
Imagine if you had thought about that. It was kind of a good idea. Well, it's not bad, is it?
I think of a better idea than that.
Hey, can I say, Luke, are you serious about running for mayor, or is this just are you just pushing his buttons?
Well, I mean, hey, look, mayoralty takes a lot. You got those chains, right? You got to have broad shoulders to take the chains.
Yeah,
and they're heavy. You can't be wearing those chains around the wheelbarrow like Leo will be. So therefore, you got to be, I'll give it a good chance. I mean, I've got to weigh up my options at the moment. I've got my voters in South Auckland, which are very good from Kapapura, Matarima, boy, where I grew up. My North Shore connection, my West Auckland connection with the Dallow family there too. Hey, look, I really need to work on the East Auckland connection, which I'm part Māori, so I've got a bit of Chinese in me too. So so I work on that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Carla's over here.
Sounds like he's running. That is not the talk. The man is not running.
We'll ask one more time, Luke. Yes or no?
That's a 93% good chance of yes.
Okay, you heard it here first. Let's get on. Mack, what do you got?
We've been listening to what you've been saying. We've run it through the algorithm. We've asked a pool of middle-aged women, and we know they're hard to please. This is in regards to the cheap stunt that short little senile schmuck Leo Malloy tried pulling today. The demographic, the pool from our research team said it was a cheap stunt, it was reckless and disruptive. This is how his manner is being perceived. A woman was quoted as saying, "That's not helpful."
Good.
And also, I considered it a waste of space. I can't stand those clowns lounging around down on the viaduct down there. That's a port. That's where commerce is meant to happen. Not these buffoons wearing yacht shoes on the wharf. They're not even boarding the yachts. They wouldn't know a fucking a bow from a stern.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it with these idiots. They need to realize us seafarer. Look, I'm more of a seafaring folk than those clowns down there hanging out on the ports. And quite frankly, he needs to go into the viaduct. I challenge, do you remember that old game? It was like Gladiators or something. Mm-hmm. I challenge a gladiator-style event between Leo Malloy and our guy Luke Dallow here, using those oversized Q-tips. Oversized Q-tips, and first one in the viaduct loses.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I'd like to see though, guys? I think you're onto something. I'd like to see everybody on the Parakai hot pools, and you've got that kind of greasy log, and it would go over the
greasy ball.
Yeah, and you'd have, kind of the touch team guys jump up there and then push each other off.
And you could actually have people on the sidelines with like the water cannons, with the two handles, and it's kind of like the hydrant at the same time. It's cool. And what you could also do is you could even cash in on this, Luke Dallow. You could open up like the unvaxxed bar where all the heathens and all the
do a hikoi up there
turned up. What you could do is you could have it in an offshore proprietary, so it's all sort of disconnected, but there could be quite an underground scene in there. And then what you'll find is all the vax people will want to go in there, but because it would be the edgy place to be.
Thank you very much, Manny.
I tell you what we should do. If I get 20 people on the text saying, "Luke, go for beer," I will go for it. Now, Bomber, I need you to help. I need you to help me here, mate. What do I need to be?
For
likable.
Have I got a chance?
Oh, look, for $5,000 a month, you've got a chance. So I think that you would want to build up a lot of momentum online first. No, look, I think Aucklanders are just angry and they want to rip something to pieces. and they want their city back, and they're frustrated, and nothing seems to work, and everything's on the slow upgrade. So big ideas, I think, is what people are looking for, and they're wanting some actual character.
Hey, so you've got to find a little playbook that says that to everybody, and then kind of get that message out somehow. What happens if so far we've got 2 people saying they want Luke to be 2 out of? We need a few more guys, so that's 3. Michelle's come to the party. Go for it, Luke, please. He gets there, Bomber. What about all the reading? What about getting up early? And shaking hands and all that kind of stuff. What about the experience of being mayor? Can a bar owner from hospitality actually be the mayor and not fuck it up?
Oh no! Oh Lord, no! No! That's almost guaranteed. But it's the fun of it, you know. Right. Most people don't really understand or see what the mayor does. People go, I pay my rates every year, and the rubbish gets collected. And you might go down to the park, but that's about it. People don't really understand what local government does.
He'll have people there running all that stuff, right? He's a sponsor. He's the brand.
It's quite a drag. And it's just a lot of work and a lot of hassle for, like, national politicians can talk about policy and talk about ideas and visions. And that's all fine and dandy. But when you're the mayor, people each week go, oi, my street's not working. Oi, this isn't working. You're dealing with people at the point where policy actually matters and it actually has impact on people's day-to-day lives. And when you're doing that, they get very grumpy if they don't get their shit done immediately. You're dealing with angry, grumpy people all the time.
Will I be able to go fishing?
Yeah.
The mayor could just go fishing, the mayor's not fishing.
Yeah, because what I'd like to do is like be a mayoralty fishing competition in the wider matter. Hey, look, I've got my mayoralty. Can I actually show you this here? I've actually started. I can't shit. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, we can see it now. Yep.
Yep, this is what I've been working on.
Wow.
The housing, the budget, traffic, the environment. I've been thinking about all this. You know, governance, wage blowout, headquarters, you know. Community, America's Cup, cycle lanes, get rid of the. I've been actually working hard on this, guys. This is what I've been working on. This is actually breaking news. Actually, you guys probably don't understand. I've been actually thinking, let's get things moving. You know.
Okay, well, this is. I see the Corona bottles piling up over there, but I actually, I do see an actual plan there, Luke. This is something else. Okay.
Hence, I'm getting my eyebrows done, and
You know what I reckon you should do though, Luke, is just like Batman. Whenever you have some kind of press release, make sure you do it in front of City Hall. You know, the town hall. Yeah, that'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Hey, so this is a good platform for me to start, right, Bomber? Is this a good platform for me to start?
Yeah, I think so. Just Bomber, and I'm sorry to lean in on your expertise, and you know these are billable hours, but can I just ask? What would you say from a publicity platform? Where does this guy need to? What's his next step to get some publicity? Does he have to play the Leo Malloy game, or where would he go to get some people following him?
I think that what Aucklanders are looking for is a loyal son of Auckland. You sell your story of how much you love the city, of how important it is to you, how amazing our city is. And you start allowing Aucklanders to feel proud of their city again. And your I don't give two shits attitude is the exact perfect thing that sums up who we are as a people in the city.
I like that.
Powerful words, mate. That's a great storyline.
I like that. Thane. Can you help me out there with let's word that. I reckon we give it a good chance. Because people are sick of politicians, right? Why don't we just give it a good old chop and just be real with people and say, look, let's get on with it. Let's have a party bring 4 parties a year. I've got some shit to do. I'm gonna go for it, boys.
Okay. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. He's throwing the head in the ring. Fantastic. Guys, we just have to take off the excitement of this breaking news. Stay with us, everyone. We'll just be back in a split second.
fucking incredible stuff. Exciting news. You heard it here first, folks. We have been scrambling behind the screen here, behind the stream and behind the scenes. We're putting together a very intrinsic and very detailed digital strategy. We've got the sharpest and the brightest minds working with us. If you want to be on board, you can do it too. LukeDallow.com. We are going to take this party atmosphere global. What we're going to do is we're going to take Luke's philosophies, his love of alcohol, his hospitality, his idea, his vision for Auckland. He grew up a young boy on the streets. He's out here living it large. He's going to tell you how to live your best life. He knows how to party. He is Auckland's fondest son. It breaks my heart to think that he could fail, but I know every day I wake up, I've got a dream and a vision in my heart and in my head, and I see him number one, running down the length of Ponsonby Road, butt naked, wearing the Merrill chains, drunk, on a combination of Zambuca and ayahuasca.
I would do that. I'd do that. I tell you.
Thank you, mate.
I'd pay good money to see that.
A city needs fun. A Admiralty is, really a Bomber. Is Bomber still there?
Yeah,
yeah.
Bomber, that's what Admiralty needs to be, is fun, be energetic, be the sort of mental of the
life coach.
Charisma of the city.
You have to be the life coach of Auckland.
That's right. And I've got my iwi, Ngāti Pūkenga. I've got a lot to offer and to touch a lot of, cultural
Communities.
Communities, that's the word. I probably need a linguistic person.
That's okay. Trump was president, right? He was putting it together.
You're not selling perfect grammar. You're selling an attitude. You're selling a can-do attitude. Auckland can, and it will. With Simon Dallow.
Fantastic. Hey, thank you very much, Bombs. Your insights have just been incredible tonight across the whole spectrum of politics, and of course, Luke Dallow kicking the tyres on the Mayoralty. So until next week, I say hi there.
Get it, Toto.
See you, mate. Catch you later.
Hi there.
At least you don't want to go. You want to go? Yeah, you want to go. He's gone. Okay, fantastic. So it's confirmed. Luke Dallow is officially running for mayor.
Yep. So I need a few donations, guys. So
here we go. Hang on.
Well, you've got to have donations, don't you? You've got to have a Mayoralty team. So you represent what would you like to represent the Thane? What would you like to?
I don't know. Look, whatever it is, mate, I need 175k. Just throw that in the budget and then I'm easy on that.
Well, we'll still pay for it.
Fantastic, mate. Stay with us because we've got our special guest here, and we'll talk about some sales training. In fact, he's going to talk about the sales training. A lot of people are pivoting because they're finding life hard. They're looking for new opportunities, new jobs, and this guy is just the coach to do it. Our special guest has arrived. Welcome, Marco. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Thane, and I'm not usually a special guest anywhere, so I'm thrilled to be one tonight.
You know what? I tell you what, though, Marco, from salestrainingNZ.com, you've got that a smooth voice. Man, have you done broadcasting before?
I've been asked to when I was younger. The only reason I have a smooth voice probably this evening is because I'm having a hot cup of tea and I haven't had to yell at anyone today. Usually when I'm standing with a client and I'm lecturing all day and working with them, by the time I get home at the end of the day, I sound like something out of South Park. So
right now you sound like Grant Kiriyama from Polly and Grant. Remember that old breakfast show way back on the Morning FM days? Anyway,
I know Grant, and I'll take that.
Yeah.
G'day, Marco. Luke Dallow here. Who does your eyebrows?
Mate, you have no idea what they would be like if they weren't tended to. I'm Italian, and for some reason, I've got moustaches for eyebrows. So
I've got.
So does Luke.
So yeah, what do you reckon?
Oh, yours actually aren't bad. Yours actually aren't bad.
Yeah, I've got sandwiches though. I'm
Be honest, Luke. What's happened? Before you couldn't even see them, and now they are just so prominent. What's going on? Are you wearing this?
No, I've got a halo light which highlights my face.
Right, yeah, sure. Hey,
you've got a halo light that highlights your face.
Yeah.
Seriously, what's wrong with you guys? I mean,
what are you rocking? Oh, candlelight.
Hey, you dirty old dog, you dirty old dog. Where are the old ivory keys? Do you play the piano?
No, I used to climb out the nun's window when I had piano lessons, so that didn't work.
Fantastic. Hey, how do you pronounce your last name so we get it right and don't come across disrespectful?
Well, for the white Kiwis, you can say Mark Matthews. For people who can't pronounce it, like Maori and Pacific Island, they say Mattiuzzi. Yeah, it's exactly the way you read it and pronounce it the same as Maori.
Fantastic.
Oh, so it's not Italian?
It is.
I thought it was Samoan.
And Mattiuzzi is Samoan, but no.
You were thinking that, eh? Hey, look, you're a shocker.
Yeah, well, I did go to school with Kiwis and quite a few Islander boys, so I've got it.
Where'd you go to school? St. Paul's?
Auckland Grammar. And I finished my last year at Mount Albert Grammar, so...
I was a St. Peter's boy, so was Thane.
Yeah, both St. Peter's.
I was St. Peter's Form 1 and 2.
Thane got touched, I didn't.
Oh, Anyways, let's move on. Guys, hey, tell us your background in sales and tell us what you do now. We want to get to know you.
All right, so briefly, I haven't just bought a training franchise from a training company. I've been in sales all my life, probably close to 40 years now, so that gives you an idea of where I'm getting at in age. I have sold everything from literally household appliances to housewives to multi-million-dollar gear. I spent probably 25 years with corporates, the likes of IBM and Telecom, Vector, etc. I have a marketing degree. When I was with those larger companies, I was exposed to some pretty high-end sales training from around the world. And I knew at the time when I was getting it, I thought, this is not going to work very well in New Zealand for obvious reasons, which I'll explain later. But what I do these days and what I've done for the last 10 years is I help people to make more sales. And I started with ordinary salespeople and sales teams, and had very good results with them. But for some reason, over the last few years, easily 50% of my clients are not salespeople. They are engineers, consultants, business owners who don't want to be salespeople, but they do need to bring business in and they need to get it right. A lot of them have had sales training and it has made them feel awful because it doesn't really work that well and they came across like salespeople. So really what I do is I teach people not so much how to be a salesperson, not at all, but rather how to interact, how to behave, how to think, how to speak from as a business owner, because the conversations are completely different. You guys know that if you're having a conversation with another business owner, you do not sound like a sales rep talking to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then if you go along to, some typical sales training course, you may pay a lot of money for it. It'll take you a while to shake it off and come back to normal because you'll think this is not authentic. This is not, and the reason that is important is because if you come across as a salesperson and you think from the language of a salesperson, you can't have a peer-to-peer conversation, and that's what it's all about.
Marco, what are the characteristics of a good salesperson?
They imagine they own the company, and they are able to articulate what is of value to the client very quickly. There are plenty of others. I mean, there's, tenacity and get up and move and whatever it takes.
Oh, no, that's all boring. But
sorry?
What you just said, that's all boring. That's later stuff. But what you just said there, could you just repeat that first comment? Because that's quite interesting.
You have to imagine that you are, if you're talking to a CEO or to a director of a company, you have to imagine that you are one of the directors of the company and you have got you completely understand why what is being proposed to you is a really, really good idea for our company. And now you have to be able to explain it to your co-director.
Love that.
What about from a situation, we've got Luke Dallow, who's putting his hand up to be the mayor. And the scenario is he's doing it at a time where no big names are coming forth. I think Govt is gone. I don't think a Green candidate will run. There's going to be no names. Maybe David Shearer. What do you think? How would Luke sell himself as a product to convince the people of Auckland that he's the man for the job? Do you reckon? It's a tough one. It's tough.
Off the top of my head, seriously, let them know that you understand what is important to them, and then spell it out how you're going to achieve it. Make them feel what the difference, what the change in mayoralty will actually mean to them. In some cases, it's a small change, but you can make them feel as if it is actually something pretty significant. It's called winning hearts and minds. It's nothing new. What I absolutely would not do is stick to the traditional method and, be very staid about it. It's an emotive thing. Sales, anything is an emotive thing. People make decisions based on emotion. They will use logic to validate it. Absolutely, you can't bullshit them. But they base every sale I've made, even multi-million-dollar stuff that's taken 2 years to put together, it came down to an emotive decision where they felt the confidence, the relief, the please God, let this work, whatever it is, but it was an emotive thing.
So just being genuine is a big thing, right? Just being genuine and being real, and don't be fake.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, genuine is absolutely critical, but there's no point being genuine alone. You have to be able to get under their skin and make them think, yeah, actually, you know what? This guy actually really could make a difference for us.
Now, just in sales, I mean, you've met a lot of salespeople, right? Stature. Does a tall man sell better than a small man?
Take what you've got, absolutely. If you've got it, use it. But having said that, I've seen some pretty demure, mousy-looking people that have literally, and some of them haven't even been Kiwi, and English hasn't even been their first language, but they have known how to own the interaction.
Yeah.
So it's not that necessary.
And do you think sales is all about listening to the customer?
No, sales is about telling the customer or the client how what you have is of value to them. So you have to know how it's going to be of value to them. You have to know the numbers, you know how it's going to pay off for them. You have to be able to get under their skin so that they go, okay, so how much, or really, and tell me more, and all the rest of it. It's about getting them engaged.
Shit, Thane, this is incredible stuff, mate. I'm really enjoying this. That is a big thing, like the value to the customer, telling them.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Man, listen, seriously, when when the 10 Commandments were given down, there was someone dealing with sales as well. And the number one rule of sales is this: the moment that the person you're talking to understands how what you're proposing is potential value to them, then stuff starts to happen. But the key words there are value to them. And this is where a lot of people come unstuck. They put together all sorts of nonsense value propositions, and we've had consultants in and done this and that and all the rest of it, and it spells out a lot about them, but it doesn't actually spell out why it's of value to a client. And by the way, value propositions don't mean shit no matter how much people pay for them, because all that and USPs, exactly, unique selling points, they don't mean anything to clients unless they spell out how being different is actually better.
Right. So when I go for mayoralty, it's about giving the value to our voters of making a difference, right?
Yeah, but not a difference about, in your life for your career. What difference is it going to make for Auckland to finally have someone who's got their shit together, who's going to at least please most of the people, who's not going to trash their money, who's going to spend their money wisely, who's going to consult with the people.
You're not going to put up the rates. You're going to clean up Queen Street. You're going to take the road cones away. You're going to, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Big time stuff. Hey, yeah, a message, and also send questions in for Marco too. We've got him for a bit longer, and so we want to get some questions through. Marie says, "Hi Marco, I'm an author. Can I ask, does the decision to buy by emotion also include the sale of books?"
Absolutely, everything. Why would people hand over money to you? Because they are confident that they're going to get the right books, or because it's good value, or whatever it happens to be. Again, confidence is an emotive thing.
Okay. Very good. What's the weirdest thing you've ever sold or consulted on selling? Do you remember? Or there's been a lot?
There have been a lot. You would not believe it. All sorts. Weird. A few years ago, I was driving through a suburb, and it was a Sunday, and I stopped at the lights, and I saw a stonemason that made tombstones, and I thought, I don't think I'll ever be calling on them, because I was looking for businesses that I might call on, because I did my own cold calling. Bugger me, a week later, I get a call from them. I didn't realize that they've got 5 branches around the place, and they have competitors, and they wanted to be able to not blow any opportunities. So it doesn't matter what they are.
Yeah, okay. Hayden Brown says the best way to ask for the sale. That makes sense.
Ask him, Hayden, are you talking about closing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, maybe give us some closing techniques. Yeah.
Ask for the deal.
Okay, here's the thing, guys. Here's the truth. If you get to the point where the close looks like you might have to work hard for it, you've already blown it. The close happens automatically because everything you've done along the way has led up to it. You might have to say something like, so how does that sound? Do you like it? Something simple like that. Forget any closing techniques because that just pisses people off. As I said, you should have done your work so well, excuse me, that by the time you get there, they say okay. They say to you, so how would we make this happen? And realistically, you know, what it costs and, you know, They've engaged at that point. They've pretty much sold themselves. So if you're relying on presenting stuff and then getting to the end and trying to close it, you've blown it. What you need to do is get them to find it first.
Marco, I'm in real estate too. I don't know if you know that. Apart from Thompson, I sell houses. And I can tell you, when I walk into that house, the first 1 minute I know I've got the sale.
I have worked for a couple of smart real estate sales people. Most of them won't because they don't like paying for their training, and what I do pays off, so I don't do it for free. But what I worked out, what is important is it's not about selling the property because that happens pretty much. The key is being able to get the client to give you the listing. And so what I did was I gave them a structure in the language, and I also created a separate tool, a separate document that they take in with them, and their conversion rates went right up because they felt confident that this was the person who was going to get me the best options for my house. So
body language is a big thing, isn't it?
There's body language, there's everything, but at the end of the day, even if it's some old duck out the back of Auntie Hunga, you know, when you're talking about her house, she becomes a businesswoman. Yeah, and they've been around. They get the body language and the poses and all that are great, but it really comes down to the value, that the confidence that they get from taking on that person.
Jamie Oxley,
sell me this pen, Marco.
Classic.
Why would I want to? Why would you want a pen? You've already got one.
Okay, thank you, Luke. Hey, yeah, Jamie Oxley says, do you have to love the products you're selling?
Seriously, Luke, if you give me a few minutes, I will sell you that pen, but that's not, it doesn't excite me. Sorry, say that again, Thane.
Jamie Oxley says, do you have to love the products you're selling?
You don't have to love it, but you have to believe in the value that the client is going to get out of it.
Okay.
If you think that, I mean, as long as it's not too unethical, but if you think that if this person signs over this amount of money, they are going to say thank you, or at the very least, they're going to be happy that they made the right choice with me.
Okay. We're going to come back to you in a second, guys, everybody. If you've just joined us, Marco, he's into sales training, etc., and he's taking your questions. Just pop them in the comments. Off to now, Benny Mack. Benny.
We are getting huge insight into powerful, I like to call it future knowledge, powerful knowledge from Marco here, confidence, understanding opportunity, and being able to seize that opportunity, creating a situation where not only you can achieve what you went in to achieve, but maybe even accomplish something more, either for yourself or the person that you're selling to, and relating to the client. That's a huge marker of great success. And of course, If you believe in the value, of course the client's going to believe in the value because it becomes intrinsic and it becomes part of the sale. And of course, enthusiasm, tying it all together, and of course, sending that invoice on time, extracting the money.
Exactly. Hey, the way you were throwing your voice there, that was an interesting sales tactic. You were
That's
really
a great
selling
opportunity.
Yeah.
You can make it happen for you today, tomorrow, or the next day, but I can make it happen for you now. Let's talk.
Thanks, mate. That was top stuff. What did you think of that, Marco? Our guy he's got it going on.
That was me 40 years ago. That's not bad.
Excellent. So what about unethical? How do you get around? How do you front up every day and you're selling something you're not quite sure about? Do you have to deal with that in your travels? Unethical selling?
What do you mean by unethical?
Oh, just say if you work for a company that gets you. Just say you're not down with vaping or nicotine, but you really need the job. Should you even be doing this job, or should you just get in there and just knock it out because everyone needs to pay their bills?
No, man, personally, I wouldn't do it for the simple reason that for me, it's got to be something I can buy into emotively. And if I can't, then the wording, whatever I need, doesn't come out at the time. So if it's something I'm uncomfortable with, and there have been a few things over the years, I will suck it up and find something else.
Okay. And do you think that the sales training could relate to getting a date, asking somebody else for dinner?
Yeah, absolutely. The same principles apply.
Yeah.
So are you asking how to ask for a date?
Well, no, I'm just saying.
He's asking for a friend.
Yeah,
I'll tell you how to do that. I'll tell you how to do it. And you can ask any chick, any lady this, and they'll say, yeah, that's fine. So just walk up to them and say, hey, look, I hope you don't mind me asking, or I'm not being forward, but I just couldn't resist. What are the chances of getting out for a coffee sometime? That's it.
Quick, simple, straight to it.
And it's not bullshit. It's not greasy. There is an out for them. There's no pressure. The word is sometime. You are completely upfront with what you're doing, which is exactly what you're supposed to be doing when you're trying to set an appointment, or, when you turn up somewhere. Because the people you're talking to, they've had enough of salespeople. They want someone who can get to the point. Most of my clients, all my clients are business owners or GMs. They say to me often, I hear this often in various ways, I don't mind if a sales rep turns up, but I want them to get to the point, spell out how what they've got is potentially any good for us, and I'll take it from there. I don't want to be led down any roads. I don't want anything. I can make my own bloody decisions, because they get them through all the time. So you see the principle exactly the same. Don't mess around, don't waste time, get straight to the point, spell out how what you've got is potential value to them, how it's been of value to others. Just be honest about it, because the people you're talking to, if they run businesses, they're not stupid, and they hear from salespeople all the time.
I like that word open-minded, Marco. Do you like that word open-minded?
I do, but I didn't use it, but that's fine. I am completely open-minded. I'm listening.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, how can people engage? If Luke wanted to engage your services, who needs to engage your services to make them a better salesperson? Or so you're after business people, or you're after people who are in sales that need to brush up, or people who want to pivot into sales?
Any of those. And these days, because of COVID, I've had quite a lot of work over the last year from people who just cannot afford to trash any opportunities that come to them, whether they do their own cold calling, whether they have a huge marketing setup, whether they have an online presence, whatever it happens to be, they get an opportunity and they can't trash it. So it's about getting their ducks in a row so that when they do talk to people, they come across the way that they're supposed to.
Confidence. Very good. Luke, you can ask about his guitar?
I'm sorry?
Usually Luke looks in people's backgrounds, and I thought you'd noticed that guitar.
Turn around, mate. Just put your hand back and grab one of those books there. Just tell me which book it is. Go. Don't even look. Just grab a book behind you. Go on. Just don't. Anyone. Go on. Tell me about that book, Marco. Ooh.
What would you like to know?
Negotiating Secrets.
Awesome. Negotiating Secrets. That's a great book.
Listen, there's a huge body of knowledge around negotiating, and often part of what I do, getting my clients through the door is one thing, but then they also have to be able to, especially when it's a multidimensional type sale, they have to be able to get ahead of others So they need to understand how negotiating works. So, yeah, I have a reasonable amount of expertise in that.
See, I think negotiating, to me personally, Marco, is negotiating is about reading the customer, right, and reading the client, and just getting a motive with them, just getting involved with them, being there, being not their friend, but just being that. What is it? What is it? What am I missing here? What's the word I'm missing?
You're not missing anything. That's hugely important. But what is probably needs to be understood is that some people that you want to negotiate with, they're actually experts. They know how to set up the conversation, the whole negotiating process. They know how to deal with what concessions they're going to offer, what they're going to pull back, when you're going to think later, oh shit, why did I do that? I could have done this. Negotiating is really about not just knowing what you're prepared to walk away from, but understanding really clearly what is of value to them, what do they want out of it. And often there are multi-layers. So what they present is important to them, or what you believe is important to them, can be extrapolated out into other areas. And if you understand what those other areas are, then all of a sudden, your concessions go up in value.
So do you train, some people are just natural negotiators, right? Or natural salespeople, because they just, they understand, they listen. When I say they listen, they react. So you can train a donut to be a salesperson. Is that what your training's about? Is that right?
I can train who? A donut?
Well, like not a donut, but someone who can't sell. Someone who can't sell but loves sales, can you train that person to sell?
Yeah, I've trained plenty of people who can't sell, who didn't even want to be salespeople. I'll give you an example, and a lot of them are tech people. I did some work for an IT crowd a couple of years ago. And the guy said to me, listen, can I send some of the tech guys along? Because occasionally they're client facing, and it would be nice if, they could keep the ear to the ground. And I said, yeah, by all means, it's an extra charge. And so they sent these two really geeky little techs along. And one of them, a little Indian chap, he was really, I could tell he was interested. He was, he was definitely not a salesperson. He was total geek, but he was actually interested, and he asked a few of the right questions. Well, the boss called me back 2 weeks later and said, oh, you earned your money there. They had sent him up to Fiji to work on a project, and he was mixing with a few other people after work, and he happened to hear two senior players over there talking about something. And that's when he remembered what we talked about, got his ducks in a row, went and talked to them. Long story short, they got put in touch with his director, his boss, and it turned into a $150,000 deal. So this was a guy who had never had any idea about sales, but thought, okay, this is something worth getting into. And because I'd given him the structure, he approached it elegantly, and they went, yeah, okay, look, I tell you what, let's get this together and see what comes of it. So,
and I assume once he nails a big deal like that, after knowing, what to do, thanks to you consulting, that must have kicked in his self-esteem and his sales ability, right? Because once you got one under your belt, you must get an appetite to do it again.
Yeah, they do. And I noticed that particularly, and some of them have got PhDs. They, are great at what they do, but they're so socially reticent that they have to write a list before they call Harvey Norman, to ask for something. Right. But the point is, they're geniuses. And once they realize that if they get their ducks in a row and they approach a counterpart or someone, or even a senior person in a different company, and what they have makes sense, and the person reacts well to them, and then it starts an engagement, then it turns into a sale. Usually it turns into a sale. And once that happens, quite a few of them turn into machines. They love going out, doing the coffee, pressing the palms. All of a sudden, they can do presentations. The big thing for them is they may be working in a large client, and they've just sat there. Now they realize that they can go around and hunt around. It's perfectly appropriate and fine for them to go and talk to other stakeholders and say, hey, listen, or even talk to the stakeholder they're dealing with and say, who is it that's dealing in that department? I would like an appointment. Can I go and talk to them, this and that and whatever? And they start bringing in business from existing clients. Now, these are not salespeople. These are technical people. So to answer your question, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, Marco, you look at our Prime Minister, Jacinda. Is she being a good salesperson to our nation at the moment?
I think she's being coached by typical media people, not by me.
No, but how would you coach her?
Well, you have to ask yourself, how much buy-in is she getting? If If she's getting lots and lots of buy-in across the demographic that vote for her, then it's absolutely fine. If there are others slipping through the fingers, then that hasn't been factored in. But then again, that's also multidimensional. You have to work out where the numbers are and who you want to play to.
Okay, I've got a message through here from Marie. I don't know if this is a relevant question, but what convincing strategy can up-and-coming politicians use against well-seasoned politicians to get traction in the political arena? No, that's different.
Every presentation you have is new. History doesn't really matter that much, especially when you're talking like in politics. You have to be able to hit the people who are listening hard with something that is going to resonate with them. You don't need to have been around for 30 years.
Okay.
And again, the first rule is, what is of value to them? What do they think, hey, this person could actually be someone worth listening to, could be someone worth following? They have some ideas, or they know how to pull their shit together, or whatever it happens to be, but they're able to get under my skin and make me feel what I would like to feel if they really were the perfect candidate.
How do we get in touch with you, mate, if we want to talk to you more about this?
SalestrainingNZ.com.
Perfect. Okay. Excellent, Marco. Thank you very much for your time tonight. I really appreciate you coming on the show and answering these questions so candidly. It's been great.
Hey, listen,
the short amount of time, I've learned a lot of you, Marco. It's fantastic. I love your energy and passion about it, even though they're nice and short. You've given us a nice little teaser, but you've pulled back nicely so we can go and bore you.
I would love to dump everything on everyone, but we just don't have the time. So obviously all I can do, hey, listen, are you seriously running for the mayoralty?
Yes.
Then I wish you all the best. And if you ever want to grab a coffee, give me a yell.
Thank you, Marco.
Cool. Thanks very much, Marco. All the best.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Thanks, pal. Well, there you go, mate. I can't believe you're really going to do this. You know what? I respect you. You know, any guy, any alpha dog like yourself has always had that kind of, there could be a leader in me. And, we've seen some leaders in national, who's that guy that kind of like, I'm the guy, and then he collapsed in a ball of depression?
Oh, yeah, that guy there. Yeah.
So
a leader, though, I mean, for Auckland City, is just giving the energy to Auckland. Is like, you've got to be, just give that energy.
Yeah. And I think you don't have to do everything.
No.
I think you're going to have people for that, right? You're going to be our figurehead and final decision maker.
Hey, look, I'm going to look after 20% of the problems. I can't look after 80% of them. That's for the rest of the staff to do. I'm looking after the top 20% that I can change. I'm not looking at it. That's it, mate.
Yeah. And how is this going to affect your relationship with Leah Malloy?
Who?
I love it. Oh, man. Hey, and okay, next question. Funding. Do you have any private funders that would come to the Luke Dallow party, or seriously, do you need the help of a GoFundMe page and that type of thing?
Well, there they go. I've got the horse number 2, mate, okay?
Horse number 2, okay, let's do it.
Number 2. Get up there. There, baby. Come on. Where is he? Oh shit!
What's his name at least? Horse number 2, guys, to win the mayoral campaign. Oh, this is the best. Wouldn't it be great though to have a cool mayor who's all about it? That you keep the show up even after the mayoralty. People can hit you up most nights and ask you questions. Even if you deflect them off to some kind of email address, but at least you're there.
You're available. Rub shoulders with people. Walk down Queen Street. Just get amongst it all. Just I don't know. The mayor. I mean, at the end of the day, a mayor is just a puppet. But why be a puppet? Why not be something better than a puppet? I want a bronze statue. I want to be. I want to be that guy rocking on the top of bloody the museum and I run up.
Well, Dove Meyer Robinson's got a bronze statue in Aotea Square. Why can't you?
Well, it's a lot of bronze, isn't it? I'm bigger than
it is. Hey, hold there, Luke. We're going back to Benny Mack, everyone. Fact check him. Benny with the latest.
exciting stuff, guys. Pretty amazing guest we had on there. Marco, of course. Words that come to mind: inspiring, motivating, leadership qualities there. And he's got this incredible access to business empowerment, is what I like to call it. And on another note, pretty interesting stuff there about Luke Dallow running for mayoralty. Exciting things. And in that instance, a few words that come to mind: drunken, manic, gambler, Hawaiian shirt, eyebrows, and the one that really sort of comes to mind after that last conversation of wanting a statue, delusions of grandeur.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, the AI system's running at 128% right now. The Vex is only running at about.
Mack. Do you remember that? Was it the Canadian mayor or something? Who was caught doing coke or something like that? Was it?
Yeah, Todd Ford, Ron Ford.
Yeah.
We call him the Canadian crack cartel king. He did really, really well. He would actually sit there in the mayoral chambers with a crack pipe burning a hole in his pocket, both literally and figuratively. And I tell you, judges used to dust their wigs, but he used to dust the old crack pipe, the old glass barbecue, as they say. But exciting times indeed. And of course, he died tragically of a street drug-induced heart attack. Heart literally exploded in his chest.
I've had two of those. I've got the meds over there.
Yeah, you're doing well. You're making it look good. And as I say, the Hawaiian shirt, it's kind of like one of those guys standing on the side of the road with the stop-go sign, and you just sort of tip your hat at him. You know where he is.
Well, I'm just, talking to the people, really. Hey, Thane, can you get a mayoralty advertisement up and running on this show for me?
Yeah, Luke Dallow.
He's the son of the country. He's the son of Auckland.
Yeah. How much can you get your cousin on board? You know, he is Mr. PR. I mean, that guy is the voice of a nation. You know, he's the John Farnham of network news. Can you get an endorsement there?
I'm not too sure if he's seen any of my real estate advertisements. Trusted name in the news, trusted name in real estate.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Does he know that you've done it, though?
Yeah.
That's good.
He goes, use it while you can do it, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, well, look, yeah. Hey, I think that's all I've got. That's pretty much the show. Benny, if you'd like to soldier on, you can. Otherwise, we're just going to wrap it up here.
There's a huge opportunity for callers right now if they want to get in on the line. This is supposedly a talkback show.
Yeah.
After all, it's kind of in the name. So if anybody, how many? Hilarious. If there's anyone. But yeah, mate. Yeah, I'll log in. I'll log back in.
Okay, well, we'll see you soon. So Mike and Stuart on the show tomorrow. We're talking to her about Fashion Week, New Zealand Fashion Week, and what's going on there. And also, I'm going to try and track down Leo Malloy for the first mayoral debate.
I dare you to. Come on, mate. And I'm going to bring a whole lot of fucking brass and brasso.
Yeah. Okay. Well, who wants to see a mayoral debate tomorrow?
Hello. My name's Leo Malloy. Hello, mate.
Low blow. This will be good. So I'll put a message through to him. I'll text him to see if he'd like to come on board. He's pretty quick, mate. He's pretty fast on his feet, so you have to be a slugger.
Look, mate, have you ever heard about the story of the turtle in the hair?
No, what?
You know, the turtle in the hair.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, you know,
which one are you?
I'm the turtle. I just get on there and just do strong strides.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be the show tomorrow. I can't wait. This is going to be some epic broadcasting. And so
the makeup department again. Jeez, they're waiting for me again. How much
Oh,
did the
no,
makeup?
you know, I saw you on social media today, and you're looking very trim. Where did I see it last? You were at the bar, and I think you're doing some maintenance or putting something up.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the makeup department costing us here?
You tell me. You're the only one using it. What are you paying per eyebrow? It's about $250 a go.
You know, we just hang out there and we go and get our makeup done, and maybe I've got a double extra because Sophia's not here. But you know, we just sit back there and get our nails done.
Look at you! What a transition that's happening here. This is fantastic. And Stacey Hart comes in perfect time. Stacey, look, we gave him shit last week about his non-existent eyebrows. Now look at him. Oh my god, he looks like Cindy Crawford. I love it. Murray, good night, Benny Mack, Luke Thane. Thanks for a great show tonight. Thank you very much.
Right, guys. I'm going to go.
Okay, mate. See you soon, eh?
See you, mate.
See you, Cindy.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
buddy.
And that is me, everybody. So I'm back tomorrow with Mike and Stuart from New Zealand Fashion Week. What's the latest with that? Is it going ahead this year? What's the deal? And also the first of the Mayoralty debates. We're going to try and get Leo Malloy up against Luke Dallow. Anyways, that's me on the show. We are now handing everything over to Benny Mack. Benny, thank you very much.
No problem whatsoever. It's an exciting opportunity right now. We're going to be taking live callers, and we're also going to be checking out what's happening over on the news on Twitter. World news. We're going to be looking inside the brain of the hive mind.
Go the hive mind. And also, if you've got that AI person, that girl that you were chatting up, what was the AI bot? She seemed quite nice last time we spoke to her.
We've got to pull her up. We're gonna find her, and we're gonna tap into the algorithm.
Love it, Benny.
And
thank you very
we're also
much.
gonna try and figure out what hashtags are trending, because I mean, who doesn't want to know that? You know,
what are they?
Well, number one is Three Waters. We've already touched that. Number two is Waitangi. We've already been there. Number three is Honi Harawera.
Sheesh. She's all
you
Three
touched
Waters.
in on that.
I don't suppose Hiko is in there because no one can spell it.
Well, there you go, you know. Well, the Hiko, I guess, didn't really happen, did it?
No.
As such, unfortunately. But there's a bit of underground footage. What we might do is we might track down some of this underground footage. I've actually had access to a bit of... they call them citizen journalists. Other than that, the law enforcement agencies call them terrorists.
Hey, the link that you shared today with that news person, the female, she's got a fairly decent audience, and she seems to be right there at the cutting edge. What's her name? Do you remember?
Is that Chantel?
Yeah, Chantel.
Yeah.
She'd be a great guest for Friday.
Chantel Baker.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, she's doing her own brand of independent news. So that's pretty interesting.
Very good.
World news. I mean, world news is going off in a big way.
That's me now. I'm off, Ben. Okay, have a lovely show. Thank you so much, Benny.
Okay, cheers, buddy.
See you, mate.
Take it easy, my guy. Okay, exciting times here, everyone. Welcome to the after show, and this is, of course, it's a live. Has Luke tinted his eyebrows? I guess that's what you'd call it. He jokes about it being I don't know. He jokes about it being tattooed. I don't think it's tattooed. Well, I mean, I kind of do actually. I kind of believe it is tattooed. But I am unsure. Yeah, I'm totally unsure whether it's tattooed. What's happening in entertainment news, everybody? Salt Bay. Bill Murray. Wow. Bill Murray, that old guy. That old guy. It's like this news is like Groundhog Day. Yeah, I think he did tint his eyebrows. If anybody wants to call in, we've actually got a call-in code. I have got the code. I'm going to paste it down here in the chat because, we need to try and have an opportunity for you. We really need to pin that on the YouTube, but I don't know how to do it. But we've got Twitter here. We've got Twitter news, of course, and it's always news time on Twitter. I don't know what's this last. Yeah, this is some of this is irrelevant. I'm just gonna skim by until I find anything else that sort of is relevant to us or to our conversation. All pretty boring. Oh yeah, Tesla. That was kind of interesting how Tesla hit the 1 trillion market cap for the first time. I thought that was kind of fairly relevant news. I mean,
so big, so fast, but this is an automaker. Huge milestones, Tyler, and I think what stands out is not just that Tesla has grown so big, so fast, but this is an automaker. And I think if you had brought up the idea of a $1 trillion market cap for any automaker, people would have scoffed at you. For some perspective here, I haven't checked the numbers, but generally speaking, Toyota's market cap has been somewhere in the $270 billion range, and I don't know where it is today. And then you've got Volkswagen that's usually about $170 billion range. That gives you some perspective on how much bigger Tesla's market cap is than Toyota and Volkswagen, which, by the way, are the two largest automakers in the world, far bigger than what Tesla is. Tesla's annual sales this year, they might.
Okay, we're experiencing slight buffering there, but regardless of that fact, those facts, and many other subsequent facts, 1 trillion market cap. Holy bejesus, that's pretty extraordinary. CNBC reports, of course, which is covered here. It's spiking. I think that there was talk that Avis was buying 100,000 of these Tesla electric cars and completely shifting. That's right, shifting the entire fleet of Avis rental cars across to the electric automaker Tesla. So yeah, boom, boom, boom. These are your top 5 New Zealand trending, with 5 being Russell Coutts, which has just switched with Pakistan. Now, I actually was a guest on a Pakistan podcast about 2 nights ago. So that was quite incredible. And Three Waters, T20 World Cup, India versus Pakistan. Pakistan wins by 10 wickets. And India will be absolutely humiliated by those T20 World Cup cricket results. And that is coming in with 600. I'm trying to get these figures right. 653,000 tweets coming in on that. And what about this one? Resign Jacinda is trending at number 13. Unlucky 13. Chris Hipkins, Taylor Swift, and what else we got? Zealand, Pakistan, My Universe, music. So that's music. Maybe we should have a little listen. Maybe if it's what's hot, we should give it a little listen. It's a Coldplay track. Is that going to be a Is that going to be a big problem? I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to check. I'm just going to check across here to the system. We are taking live callers to the show. The broadcast is there, y'all. The information is there. We couldn't have made it sort of any easier for you. We've tried to provide the link in the chat. It looks like this. Punch that into your browser. Leo Malloy. This is a shout out to my boy Malloy getting on the chat. My brother, I need an assistant. I need you to be my little grey-haired wizard assistant. You can look at me and think that's what you looked like 70 years ago. So get on the show and bing, bang, boom. Shout out in the chat. Hayden Brown. Hayden Brown bringing the interactive element to the broadcast. I can see that there. Pakistan. Yes. And shout out Benny. Boom, boom, boom. Benny Minor Malaki. Fonoti McKinnon. You read it right first. You read it right the first time, folks. And what else have we got here? Boom. Classic Kiwi. Classic Kiwi. He's actually our offline fact checker. He's our online fact checker. But what we need you to do is follow us on Instagram. We would be utterly pleased and actually quite impressed by your tenacity and your knowledge, your skills, your techno skills. We'd be quite impressed by your dexterity. Your dexterity of being able to use a smart device, being able to... I'm actually impressed by our viewers' skills in relation to surfing the internet. Surfing the internet. Because we need you to surf the internet in order to subscribe and to watch the show. But we've got a free shipping code here. I want to do a few promos here because this is the ad read. You know, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to promote the ones that promote us. We've got to give back to those that give forward. So they give forward. We've got to give it back to them. And of course, if you want to get beer jerk, I don't really drink beer. I'm a bit of a jerk when it comes to beer, but I don't drink the stuff. But I wholeheartedly suggest that you do. That's a thorough recommendation. No, that is a demand. It's mandatory. It's mandatory that you redeem a discount. We want to give you a discount. Of course, it's by way of a free shipping code. Free shipping? Are they really going to ship it? Why do they call it shipping? Is it really going on a ship? I want to know these things, those things, that thing over there, and other things. But right now, the thing that you need to know is http://www.beerjerk.co.nz/discount/Thane, and that's going to get you free shipping. It might mean free trucking, or it might even only ever go in a van, or depending where you live, might even go on a bike. I'm just going to check the chat. It has illuminated. The chat has illuminated. I'm going down the chat. We've got this one here from Classic Kiwi. How's the stream going, boss? I would ask you the same thing. Can you hear me? Is it audible? Are we coming and reaching at you loud and clear? Of course, this is the after party. You know what it is. I'm going to hide that one. We are going down here. Boom, Hayden Brown. It was meant to say Benny Mack, but Facebook tagged her in the post. Wow! Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. There are algorithms everybody, there are these wow algorithms, and they are creating anomalies. They're throwing anomalies into the mix. Very interesting. Classic Kiwi replying there. What do we say? Benny, you drink spirits, bro. I've seen it. I've actually got some spirits here. I'm going to bring, I've got some spirits somewhere. It's not too far. It's not as far away as you might think. It might seem like that. But trust me, Daddy. So this is it's a high-end brand. I'd imagine that would be. This is actually not only made by Russia. It's also made by the Chinese Communist Party as well. It says that down the bottom. CCCCP. It's good enough. If it's good enough for the Russians and good enough for the Chinese Communist Party, that'll do nicely. That will do nicely. I'd say. And we should be so lucky as to drink this damned liquor. Okay, what does this one say? I'm trying to read it through the booze. Don't do beer either, only for beer batter. That's a great use of beer, of course. Cooking with beer, I'd thoroughly recommend it. I do believe we've got a caller on the line. Let me just see if this caller has got the camera enabled. And where's the Jaeger? Boom. Nice, 200. What is it? Okay, this is a 200 ml. It's a vodka. It is a vodka. Oh, Jamie, we have lost you, buddy. We have lost you, bro. It is CCCP. I hear you, my friend. It is definitely CCCP vodka. Okay, caller, are you able to turn your phone into... Yeah, there you go. Okay, we are going to bring you through into the broadcast. Let me just remove this from the screen. And we have got our special caller, live, foreign correspondent, and all-round GC. Let's bring him on through. Mr. Oxley, I'm going to bring you full onto the show proper. How's the waste run going tonight?
Well, we've dropped the waste off, and we've got some
lovely
paper now, and we're heading back to Brisbane for the weekend off.
Oh, that is a pristine opportunity now. So the drive up, any issues on the drive up, or was she smooth sailing all the way through to the Blue Mountains?
No, it was smooth sailing all the way through tonight. We're running a bit late.
Is that right? Is it the Blue Mountains? Am I getting the
Snowies? The Snowies.
The Snowies. Okay. Am I getting the wrong district? Right. The wrong district.
Yeah, the Blue Mountains is in Sydney, and the Snowies is sort of halfway between Sydney and Melbourne.
Great, because I hate the fucking Blue Mountains anyway. The main reason being is, why would you fucking call them blue? Because, I mean, the sky is blue, isn't it? Not generally the mountains. But no, snowy mountains makes complete and utter sense. I'm all for it. I am repping the snowy mountains 100%. And I think it, and as far as the story goes, I mean, it's a great story. You're getting paid. It's a good product. I believe in the product.
It's good fun. Yeah, I enjoy my job, I guess you'd say. You know.
But I also like the I also like the idea that you're dumping truckloads of garbage in the beautiful snowy mountains. It's got a kind of a romantic sort of.
I like the phrase recycling.
I love recycling too. Yeah, you're completely right. I think it's an excellent. Yeah, exactly. It's a brilliant way to deal with the waste and to let it go another round. Now, as far as the weather at the snowy mountains, do you ever encounter much snow up there?
No, we're just a little bit before where it snows.
Oh, perfect. Oh, that worked out quite well then, didn't it? Otherwise, I can imagine that could have been quite a nightmare.
Yeah, it does get cold, nonetheless, but yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm just going to look into the chat. Okay, great, because it looks like the chat is going absolutely bizarro. Here we go, top shelf. Hayden Brown. Can I play Island Boy song? I don't know. I'm going to have to talk with Thane. He's got all the licensing, all that stuff. He's the radio guy. He's going to have a better insight into playlist. Beer Batter is for Snapper. Okay. Absolutely. Be better, Island Boy. And you're getting more compliments on your hairstyle there. Of course, they call it business up back, and a party of no more than 10 people.
Here we go. I'll give it a shake.
Party out back with no more than 10 people. Oh, you are shaking it. Don't put your neck out, because that is right up there. Headbanging, that's an ACC. That's right up there on the ACC checklist. That's a claim.
And I was going to say, I've started after being on the show the other week, I thought, I should come out of my shell because my life seems somewhat interesting. So I started a TikTok. And any funny videos I've been putting on TikTok.
Mate, you're a legend.
And what is it? Get boosted with the mullet, because I own a Honda. I'm a mullet Honda loving, wearing bogan. So
it's incredible. I mean, a Honda is considered one of the least bogan cars, but the fact that you're doing it. Bogans have got this really sort of honest way of making the general population angry. Is it the way they look? Is it the way they drink? Is it the way they drive? Yes. It's all three. And then if you throw a Honda into the mix, it really throws them off. It confuses the general population, and that's kind of what you've done there. You've used an optical illusion, haven't you? You're almost like the JDM bogan.
Yeah, being Kiwi. JDM is my thing, and I couldn't afford anything like an Evo or a WRX, so we went for the Honda, and then we whacked a Wuhan whistle on the side of it, and we wound up the boost. We wound up the boost with I don't know if you know cars, but we got an external wastegate and a blow-off valve. And it's straight out of, I done it. It's the dream car I wish I'd owned when I was 15, but I had no money when I was 15 because I was an alcoholic. Teen drinking was very good. So then we've done it up to my 15-year-old self, and I drive it. It's not real good for the license, but I drive it like I'm 15 as well. But
what does that car mean to you? In a nutshell, if you were to write a love poem to that car, how would you word it?
Oh, that's a good question. You are my love. You are my only. You're the only one for me. I can't.
Keep going. Be honest.
Yeah.
Just speak from the heart.
If you're a woman, I'd probably fuck you.
he said it. You went there.
Yeah,
But you're not.
Nah, but it could be. I guess it's angry. But then, to be honest with you, the exhaust pipe's 3 inches, and mine's not that big, so it wouldn't really be that satisfying.
Wow. Okay. Well, we'll leave it there. I'm gonna come in with a new line of question.
Yeah.
Since you kind of.
Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you were trying to molest your car, and I think that fucking an inanimate object's actually illegal in the state where you're at currently. That's a joke.
Yeah, I'll probably
ladies and gentlemen, we're having a hell of a show tonight, and I appreciate you for your raw dog honesty. Yeah, I don't think you'd want to be trying to make love to a car. I think there could be some issues around.
Yeah, I've got
the legalities of that.
Sorry, I was going to say I've got a tip for anyone that wants to make sure it's cold, because it might, you might burn it.
Wow, you really have come out of your shell, my guy. You've really come out of your shell.
Sorry.
I think you're going to go far on TikTok. I'd love to see how this little clip here runs on the famous Chinese Communist Party owned dance craze sensation short video sharing platform known as TikTok. I'd love to see how it plays out. Now in the chat, wow, poetry. The ladies love the poetry, man. Do you want to be famous? No, we don't want to be. But we don't want to buy followers, my guy. Would you ever die? Okay, we're going to keep moving on. We don't really need to touch on that line of questioning. It's potentially against terms of service because we are streaming on a multitude of platforms. Classic Kiwi, ha, banging you. Yep. Okay, we're still on that, and we're all caught up. Hey, it's been an incredible show. I actually just got a message through from the producer. They said, "Hey, you've done a great show. You got us through to full duration. The sponsors will be happy." They said, "Before you go, just 1 second." Yep. No, I hear what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. Okay, don't talk to me like that. I take objection to that. Okay, don't tell me I'm talking to myself. Don't say there's no one there. Don't say I'm crazy. You shut up. Just 1 second. Hang on. Okay. That was a joke. But anyway, we've got some graphics to show thanks to the host of the show, of course, and the presenters, if you call them that. Thane Kirby, the lovely Sophia Mantel wasn't on the show tonight, but she usually is with us. So usually we've got a female, and she identifies as that too. Luke Dallow on the show with the eyebrows. We don't know if they're self-drawn on. We don't know if it's a Sharpie. Damn, we don't know if it's a tattoo. For all I know, could be a stinking Indian ink. Or just ink. Benny Mack fact checker coming in. Of course, we had on the show today. That was pretty cool. We had Bomber and, of course, Mattiuzzi, and
how good
he
was
talked
that
to us
chat?
about New Zealand sales training. Oh, very knowledgeable gentleman. He was coming at us from all angles as far as sort of businessmanship, I guess is one word for it, or just knowing how to business acumen and skill, business skills. I like that. I'm just wondering if we've got any sponsors to thank other than these ones. TikTok, check out old mate's TikTok. What's your TikTok? Is it under Jamie Oxley or is it under Wagga Bagabond?
Oh no, get boosted with the mullet.
Get boosted with the mullet. Okay, cool. And of course, Papinel sleepwear. Hey, that's lovely sleepwear. Chapel Bar and Bistro, when it's back open, we're going to be in there. And of course, Midnight Gardener, isn't it? And of course, love a pie, and I love a good pie. Hey, what happened to your camera? Did you fall out of bed, or did you...
I just pulled over here. I'll show you quickly. So I don't know.
What are
if
you
can
doing?
see that,
Are
but
you
there's a truck
making a ham
stop there.
sandwich on your Barbie, mate? On your electric fry grill? Are you grilling up a cookie on your electric thermorator?
Oh, I got no food this week, so yeah, we're just buying takeaway, so it's not
What's
great.
happening? Okay, we're gonna reach back.
Yeah, so we just. Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. You talk, mate. I'm listening. I'm all ears.
We just pulled over here to go and have a shower, and then see where the night takes us after that, I guess. So.
Oh, perfect. Well, hey, let's get some more callers in on the show. Let's get Selena Spain in on the show because she's an advisor when it comes to the live streaming. If we've got any more streamers get in here, we're going to actually do a live integration. I don't know if you can see it. I can just about see it. I'm hoping that it might work. Is the overlay functionizing? Bear with me. I'm just going to close this other tab because I think that's drawing power. Here we go. Boom. Yeah. Okay. It's functionizing. Selena Spain. No link. Okay. You can't scroll up the chat. What are you on? You're on. Okay. I'm gonna invite all of y'all. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Is that the easiest way to do it? Maybe it should be in the. Should I put it in the title of the show? It might be a little bit late to do that, but I guess I can put it in the. I might be able to put it in the description. That's pretty good. So yeah, if you type your comment, this is the part of the show where the comments are all going to actually appear up. Where are you walking? How about you going to taking us for a little?
We just pulled up to the truck stop in West Wyalong, which is
would you look at that?
14 hours drive to home for the weekend.
Oh, you're joking.
Well, look at that. He's got more lights than Santa on that truck, isn't he?
Yeah, well, that's
I'm rather jealous of that, to be honest with you. But anyway, there's another one there. I don't know if you.
That's really demasculating for you, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh well, that's humiliating. You're actually doing actually something now, which is called IRL. So what we could actually get you to do is go. If you see anyone, you could actually go and interview them. And that would be a real world experience. Some people at home haven't left a 5K radius of their world in months. And you'd really be expanding their opportunities right now. And it might give them a new chance to sort of believe that maybe living another day is the right choice.
Yeah, I should I'll work up my courage onto that one. We're new to this.
Yeah, well, I can coach you. You know, I'm here.
Yep.
I'm your motivator. We are willing to actually bribe you in real time, and actually we can use this high technology to feed witty lines and even concepts in real time, right there into your cerebral core.
Has Luke Dallow got some money on this?
I'm actually going to be funding some of these projects now. Because I've taken out a huge opportunity. I've been given
mate? Yeah, where are you off to? Anywhere good? You off to anywhere good? Yeah, that's okay. You have a good one, eh?
How's the facility? Is it clean enough for you?
Oh yeah, we'll see if there's not too many. Normally, the thing you do is you go and then you hand your truck key over to the lady. And she'll give you a shower key, and then you walk in and have a shower. And normally it's like a little ensuite. But yeah, this one here you don't need a key, so we'll find out if it's clean or not. I don't know how many people are in there, so we'll go.
Yeah, because I actually owned a trucking company, and it was those little recycling trucks. probably similar to what you're doing, but these ones would actually recycle cow shit and horse shit. I'm joking. I don't know what I'm talking about. But hey, have you still got a signal in there, my guy?
Is it signal?
Now we're getting a slight technical in here. I think it might be because it's due to the density of the walls. Oh, okay, here we go. So we're inspecting the shower facilities, and they appear to be pretty clean. I'm not seeing a hell of a lot of mildew, and let me just, it's slight. Look, what's happening is we're getting a slight freezing issue happening. I'd probably describe it as a technical anomaly. So maybe just hold the camera super still and try and make your way closer towards the entranceway there, back where the signal was a wee bit stronger. And just stand by there momentarily, man. I believe we may be able to get a fix on you. Stand by, caller. Yeah, we've got a fix on you, my guy. So just retain yeah, well, we've lost. Yeah, okay, just hold fire there. Stay as you are, and just sort of do a slight panning here. Oh, wearing the classic Dallow shirt, which is quite iconic. It's actually part of your image that you've curated for yourself, and the iconic black and green.
Go.
Are you well received when you wear that sort of, when you're in that regalia, are you quite well received by the general public?
Yeah, they love it. There you go. Phones from.
Do they believe that you work there? Are they under the understanding that you're an employee?
Oh, I've got company clothes, but I don't like to wear them because otherwise I look like I'm at work 24/7. So I don't like that idea.
Okay, so but that shirt you're wearing, the Dallow shirt, do you think that when people see you in the streets that they think that maybe you still work there, or that you might have hookups, or that you're an employee, or
maybe
probably
that
not.
I'm an
Is it more
alcoholic?
of just right? So is it more of just sort of like you can buy the Dallow shirts at the store? Is it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll buy them track. But yeah, I'm gonna go and have a shower, and I'll leave you to it.
Okay, superb. Well, hey, thank you so much for calling in the show. We appreciate you 100%. You're a fucking genius, my guy, and keep doing what you're doing, keeping that carbon factor low, but while keeping it high, because we need to offset it while building it. We need to keep it zero.
No worries. I thought you'd probably be sick of hearing. But I thought you might have been struggling, so I thought I'd give you a call.
Oh, dude, we're always struggling to get callers on the show, but we appreciate you. You're coming into a regular caller. We're going to give you a regular spot. We appreciate your tenacity. All the best with your TikTok career. I'm backing it 100%, and I believe you might even be able to start a podcast talking about what was the subject line of your podcast, if I remember correctly?
Just the average person, because podcasters always interview famous people, so I want to interview the average person that's never, and talk to them about first car, just life experiences, because everyone's got a story to tell.
Okay, so you
I can put a funny
onto a cracker there.
Yeah, and I'll try
putting a funny spin onto it.
Refine my jokes and see where we go,
Oh, fucking great value. Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to release you from the studio. You have a great evening.
Yeah, take it easy. I'll talk to you. Bye.
All right. Absolute brilliant guest there. Exciting time. And we'd like to appreciate you all for joining us. That's been an excellent show. We're coming up to the 11 p.m. mark, and that signifies 2 hours of free-to-air, public, independent broadcasting. Exciting times. Exciting indeed. Of course, we've got the new website that's online now. We implore you all to go check it out. Why wouldn't you? www.talkback.co.nz. It's a thing. You're going to learn a whole lot about this show and what we are endeavoring to do in the future. Good times indeed. And the show is winding up to a natural conclusion. We're going to tie a pretty little bow on it. Again, thanking our guests. Weren't they brilliant? That graphic is still up on the chat. Let's lose that. Okay, managed to lose that. Yep, thanks to our guests. They were incredible. Rewind it now if you just tuned in and you're going to miss it. And also, that's the wrong slide. Thanks to our presenters. They've been absolutely brilliant. And unfortunately, we don't have Wayne Anderson on the show, but if you want to see Wayne Anderson, we've got him on a previous show. He is freaking awesome. So that's it for tonight. We've just clicked over to 11 p.m. at the 2-hour mark. Good night.